Hello, in this video I would like to explain how to add or subtract two fractions with unlike denominators. So you can see that we have 5/7 denominator 7 and 3/4 denominator 4. When two fractions have unlike denominators, we need to find the least common denominator. How to do it? Technically, you choose the larger denominator 7 and list all multiples of 7. So the first multiple that 4 goes in, you choose as least common denominator. 7 times 1, 7. 4 doesn't go into 7. 7 times 2, 14. 4 is not a factor in 14. 7 times 3, 21. 4 is not a factor. You can divide 4 evenly into 21. And 7 times 4, 28. So here's the first number that 7 and 4 go as factors. So now we need to get equivalent fraction for each of these with the denominator of 28. So how we got 28 from 7? Because we multiplied by 4. So we need to multiply by 4 numerator. It gives you 20 over 28. And we got 28 for the second denominator because we multiply 4 by 7. So we need to multiply 3 by 7, and it will be 21. Now the question is how we subtract. Now we have two fractions with the same, or we call it in algebra like denominators. When the denominator is the same, the result of subtraction or addition will have the same denominator unless you simplify. 20 subtract 21, negative 1. So you can put here negative 1, or you can put negative sign in front. 1 over 28. That's so we need least common denominator in case we add or subtract fractions with unlike denominators. Please pay attention that when you multiply or divide fractions, you don't need to get them with the same denominator or least common denominator. Example, the same 5/7 multiplied by 3/4. So you see we're not adding, we're multiplying. And here we use the rule of multiplication for two fractions. We multiply numerators 15, 5 times 3, and denominators horizontally. Now sometimes we might want to reduce fractions. Say we multiply 5/7 and 3/10. So you can see that 5 and 10 have common factor. So you can reduce like this. Have 1, 5 divided by 5, 1, 10 divided by 5 is 2. So now instead of multiplying 5 with 3, we multiply 1 and 3, which is smaller number, and 7 and 2, 14. So instead of doing reduction and simplifying fractions at the end, you can do it in the middle. So again, if you do division, say the same 5/7 divided by 3/14, you remember that you keep the first fraction and you multiply by the reciprocal of the second fraction. So you cannot reduce anything while you have division sign here. Only you can start thinking about reducing common factors if you are already dealing with multiplication. So 7 is 7 times 1, and this is 7 times 2. So when you cancel 7, you still have 1 left here. And you have 5 times 2, 10, and 1 times 3 is 3. So do not work over what you need to do as you multiply fractions with unlike denominators there. LCD, least common denominator, we need primarily when we add or subtract fractions with unlike denominators. Let's look at their case a little bit more interesting, because we will have 5/7, for instance, and say add, and we can have here 4/21. So what will be the least common denominator? You choose the larger denominator, which is 21, and 7 is a factor in 21, so LCD will be 21, least common denominator. So the second fraction already has this denominator, so we just multiply the first fraction by 3, because 7 times 3 gives you 21. So to keep it the same, we multiply by 3, 5. And we get 15 plus 4 in numerator, which is 19 over 21. There could be even better example. Say if you need to say add 5/14 and 17. What will be the least common denominator? What will be the result of this operation? LCD, we choose the larger number, 14, and we keep checking the multiples of 14. 14 times 1, 14. 10 doesn't go into 14. So 14 times 2, 28. 10 doesn't go into 28. 14 times 3, 42. Doesn't go. 4, 56. 10 doesn't go. 6, 5, sorry. 5 times 14 is 70. Finally, we got to the number, which is least common denominator. 10 goes into 70. So now for each fraction, we need to get equivalent fraction, which means equal in value, with denominator of 70. So we multiplied 70. To get 70, we multiply 14 by 5. So the same multiplication we do to numerator, 25. And 10 goes into 77 times, so it will be 49. Now we need to add numerator 25 and numerator 49, which is, I believe, 74 over 70. So we can simplify because both numbers are even. 74 divided by 2 is 37, and 70 divided by 2, 35. Now we have a fraction, 37/35, without common factors in numerator and denominator. All results must be simplified. I hope it was helpful. And if you have any questions, please send me your questions via email.